Alright, sorry, I just had to test the sound to see if there was any sound, and there was. Sorry, I didn't mean to actually bump the mic or the pop filter in order to test the sound. I just meant actually to. God, I look awful. Like that. Try not to look at myself or my avatar on Star Citizen. I just wanted to test out to see if there was actually sound. There was. In any case, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mike's Basement. I hope that you are well out there. I hope that you are as excited for Christmas as I am. Now, excited for Christmas or not, like I said, I do have some, I guess it's a little bit of sad news about the channel. And that goes both for the YouTube channel, but particularly for Twitch channel. Let me see how to sort of phrase it properly. I'll say depends. Depends. Whether it's sad news for you and whether it's sad news for me. But let's jump right into it. So I have been in this game a little bit of time now. I've been on YouTube quite a while and tried to make a name for myself there with, well, to be honest, in my personal opinion, not very little success actually. And I hope that going to Twitch instead would increase the probability for me having a little bit more success, simply because it's a more live medium. You have direct interaction with the person that you are doing something with, than you're having on YouTube. On YouTube, it's sort of always sort of a delayed reaction. So it's here. You could say here it's more interaction, where on YouTube it's more kind of a reaction. So you post a comment, I react to it, you maybe react back, and that way we can have some kind of conversation. But it's not really a real conversation. It's more like a debate, really. But well, that's fine enough in some instances. And generally, I would say that I have been very excited for streaming, because I've really felt that the Twitch channel, especially when I began to stream X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim, began to take off. I mean, it was really fantastic. I loved it. And then I tried some other streams and some truck sims and farm sims, and what the heck is he doing now? and that also worked. I think it's because it's reacting to my pop filter, and that also to some instances worked okay. Some people were excited for that, and obviously other weren't. That's fair enough. And in general, I would also say that I am really excited, and I'm really impressed that I managed to gain about more than I think it's 53 followers now, something like that, in a relative short amount of time. So I would like to sort of reiterate as many times that I can that I'm very happy, and I'm excited, and I'm also deeply grateful for all of those of you who chose to follow my channel. I mean, I want to thank each and every one of you for doing that, even though it's sort of in the big picture, it's only 53 followers, where many other channels have more than 100 or 1,000 followers. So still, I want to really thank you for doing that. I'm very, very, very grateful. But I also have to face realities, and the realities is that I am picking up a relative large amount of time, my time in my day-to-day life, for streaming. especially for streaming, because I can't pause a stream. I mean, I could, but get my point. I can't pause a stream and edit out the pause the way I could on a YouTube video. A stream is live. You're there. You have to be there. You have to be online, and you have to be present with the people that watch us. So obviously it's very different from making YouTube videos where you could just edit out, pause and all that. A bit of coffee. That also means that I can't use that time for anything else. I have to be streaming. And the reason why I started streaming was because I wanted to, I really want to stream. It's not like it's something that I'm sort of, that bores me or that I don't want to do, or it's sort of, I don't like it. I do. I honestly really do like it. But I have to consider whether the time that I spent, let me just remove the chat. I also have to consider whether the time I spend on streaming and also on making YouTube videos is worth it. Is worth it for me. And I have to face the realities that is that even with 53 followers, which meaning that even on an average one stream per week, it should be reasonable possible for me to gain more than the 3 average viewers that is needed in order to get affiliate status. And the same goes for YouTube. I mean, on YouTube, most of my videos have about 20 to 50 views. I have about 250, maybe 260 or 70, something like that, followers, subscribers on YouTube. I guess what I'm trying to really say here is that that was just a little bit of talking in the background. That's all. One of the reasons is that I don't really feel I have the time where I can be really present on a stream. I mean, I can do it in the early morning hours and sort of early before lunch and all that, but I guess it's sort of out of the scope of the people that usually watch on Twitch and YouTube. I don't know. I've gained a lot of followers by doing it like that, but the views, I have to say, I have to just realize that whatever I do and whatever I do wrong or right, it simply just doesn't seem to be enough. I have an average of about 0.8, I think it is now, viewers, average of 0.8 viewers per stream on the monthly calculations that they make. They have they've gone up in the last couple of time, but I mean from 0.5 to 0.8 very, very, very slowly. And with that kind of increase compared with the time that I spent on streaming, also the preparation and all that, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've come to a point where I have to really consider whether this is something I want to continue with. And I'm not making this video here to gain sort of a sympathy, anything like that. I will still claim to the fact that I would rather have you stay away from my streams if you don't like it than come here and be present. Just because you feel bad for me. I want you to be here because you like what I do, because in the long run that is more sustainable than you just being here to be here. I mean, if you're here to have a conversation with me, obviously that's fine, but in the long run I think our time is better spent if you come here and you are here because you really want to be here with me and see what I'm doing, what I'm streaming. With that being said, if you really, those of you who follow me here are thinking, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want that. I really enjoy coming here to streams and see what you do. I mean, I really actually hate saying this, but then I also have to ask you, then you need to support it. And the way you support it is to be here when you can, when you have time, and to watch what I do, to be present in the channel. And there are sort of two ways that I would measure the success of my channel. The obvious is obviously to look at the numbers that I have, the numbers of people that are watching. Obviously that's some kind of way of measuring the success. The other would be, and that is actually way more important to me than the number of viewers in itself, is the number of people that are present in the chat with me. Because, I'm sorry, I hope really that you can distract from my avatar looking like he's about to have a heart attack or something like that. The reason I started streaming was not to find an easier way to earn money. Not at all. The reason why I wanted to start streaming was that it seemed to be a better way to gain more followers, to gain more viewers, because you could have a direct interaction with your viewers that seemed to be more sought after. And I have to just realize right now that the amount of people that are present in the chat, and it's not to talk bad about the people that actually are present in the chat, because it's very nice to have a conversation with you. It makes the stream so much more interesting to have someone to interact with. Obviously there are times when I don't get to interact with you because I'm busy doing something else, or sort of captured in the moment, or just can't see the chat at that moment. So obviously it's not always that I get to do that, but for the most time I try to be mindful of the chat. But there's just not much happening. And so there are two ways that you can support the channel, and I would actually really like, and I'm mostly talking about you, those of you that follow me, because you have sort of indicated that you're interested in what I'm doing on the get-go. What I would like to ask you to do is to be present when I stream, and then also be present in the chat. If you don't want to chat every day, it's okay, but just come in and say hi a couple of times. And the best thing for me would be to see the chat actually being also a living environment on its own, seeing you guys interact with me and each other, instead of it just being a ping pong between me and one other person. It can be fine, it's okay, it's better than nothing, but again, I have to consider whether my time is well spent on this. And right now, I have to admit I'm a little bit in doubt. Given the amount of time that I spend on it, and I've been so much active in streaming that I sort of forgot a little bit to also be present on my YouTube channel, that I'm trying to catch up on. Obviously, if I decide to sort of roll down the streaming, maybe only make a weekly stream, something like that, then I will also have to obviously increase the output on the YouTube channel a little bit, but the point here is that if I don't feel that this is worth it, and I'm measuring that, like I said, primarily on viewers and all the people in chat, with focus on the last part. People in chat, that's the best thing. I mean, obviously, hopefully, if people are in the chat, they're also viewing the stream. I'm not sure you can do one without the other. But in any case, yeah. That was the bad news, so sad news or whatever you want to call it. So in sort of from now on and until we start the new year, I will have to consider, or actually reconsider, where I want to put my time, content creating wise, streaming, not streaming, videos and all that, but also how much. And if you guys don't care, and that's, I mean, it's fair enough. I'm not trying to blame you. I mean, this is a tough competition, and you choose to be where you want to be and see what you want to see. It's nothing like I'm sort of trying to sort of blame you. Not at all. The fact must be that whatever I do on Twitch, it is not interesting enough to draw people in. And then people can say, well, then why don't you change the content of your stream? Sure, I could do that. But it also has to be something that is me. I don't want to play PUBG or Battlefield or CSGO or anything like that just to draw viewers in, when it is games that, quite frankly, doesn't interest me at all. I mean, not the least. Volante or whatever they call. I'm not interested in those kind of first-person shooter games where you sort of compete with other people. It doesn't say squat to me. So that is just not going to happen. To say it out, so basically. So if I have to do something on my channel, it has to be something that is me. And what is me is simulator kind of games. It is farming simulator, it's truck simulator, it's X-Plane, it's Microsoft Flight Sim, it's a little bit of Star Citizen. But even with the player versus player attitude here and the direction that I feel that CIG is taking with the game now, with more and more focus on PvP, not only in certain areas but also in generally combat or competition. Even with the box mission, the delivery missions that we have right now, and the way they have treated mining, it seems that they have dissed mining again, so it's been harder. To mine. Understood, so that the rocks that we have in the Iron Halo is still they're not super good. There's very much inert material in them. I've began to cut down on my Star Citizen gaming also there. Which I'm also a little bit sort of saddened about, because it's a game that I love. I mean, I think it's a game that holds a very high amount of potential, and it still has a very high amount of potential, but I just have to be frank about that. I don't play Star Citizen to compete with other players. Heck, I don't even play Star Citizen to compete with the NPCs. I don't care about that. Sometimes I feel it's okay, it's fun to have a little bit of dogfighting and PvP against people in my org or other people that we find, but in general it doesn't interest me at all. Not the least. And maybe that is also one of the reasons that I may have been put off a little bit with streaming, with content creation in general, actually, but more so with streaming, is that if I have to sort of go in on certain terms in order to compete with other people, then I honestly would actually just prefer not to. I mean, that's just the way I see it. If that makes me a bad content creator or just haven't understood what the heck this is about, then fair enough. I mean, it's perfectly understandable. It's perfectly it's certainly possible. But that's just the way I see it. I have very little to no interest actually in competition. It goes in as much in gaming as it goes with streaming and also in real life, to be honest. I've had it with it, to be honest. I hate competition. I feel I don't want constantly to have to be on my toes to fight with other people to get respect or reputation or anything like that. Yeah, that's just the way I see things. So where the channel goes from here, and I want to say the channel, it's just as much in a way your channel as it is mine. Obviously it's my channel in the form that I owned the channel, and I decide the content on it. But when I say it's just as much your channel, at least the people, those of you that are following me, is that it's just as much a place I see for you to meet up with each other, but definitely also with me. Alright, so now I've spent about 20-25 minutes or something like that babbling about the future of the channel. I will also post this video on YouTube in its full length, so you can sort of follow in on it, and I wanted to place it in the start of the video so we don't end on a bad note, but try to make it fun and interesting in any case, instead of just dropping the bomb at last where you say, yeah. So that's the way I see things, and like I said, when I say it's okay, fair enough. If you want to save, it's the wrong word to use. If you have interest in me keep doing this, then please show me that you have interest in me keeping doing this by, yeah, just, I mean, it's the way it is. Giving me what I want, and what I want is you. I mean, it's what I want is to have interaction with you guys. That's why I started this channel. That's why I started streaming. And that is the sole reason I will continue streaming, to have interactions with you. All right, that's it. Let's keep it there. And I think what I found is that we have some. Oh, that was not what I wanted. We have some cool missions that we can do. But first I want to see if there's something I can do with the ships that I have. Let's see what we have here. Arrow, open knocks. I don't know what is. If this cutlass steel. I suppose we could take the cutlass steel out for a swing. But I also have the 315, the Drake Dragonfly, and obviously my Hercules. Let's see if I still kept the... No, I didn't keep the other, unfortunately. No. Okay. Paints. I should have a lot of paints at least. So let's put this one on. I like this one. I wonder if I have any paint for the 315p. No. What about the cutlass steel here? All right. Let's go take a look at the cutlass steel. But first, let's get one of the missions that we have. Because I mean, it is Christmas, right? So I guess it would be pretty cool to do some. Well, it's Luminalia, but Christmassy missions nonetheless. Hello there. He's very brown. Oh, small packages. Interesting. But they're not worth much. So. I think I picked up about 30 packages or something like that the last time I played it, and I guess they were worth about 10,000 or something like that. So
Capsule now
it's really not
stand clear of disembarking passengers.
really not that much. All right. And I actually tried to get sort of a relatively Christmassy outfit here. So this way. I've had people that say that they feel that the Cutlass Steel is probably the most useless ship in the entire game, or one of the most useless ships that they have found, because it sort of tries to fill a role that other ships can do better in any case. That was Anchor 4. I haven't really decided on that, mainly because it's the first time I tried now. But I do get some of the critique I can show you. I mean, it's okay cool. I mean, It's a drake. Ah, they moved it down here. Let me just show you. Oh, it was the gun there. All right. So there is a heck of a lot of seats here. It's sort of a drop shippy thingy. It's okay. I mean, it's and then we have the guns that you can grip. We can't shoot them, obviously. But other than that, it's just a cutlass with room for 6 to 1, 2, 3. That's 6, 12, 18 people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18. Yeah, it must be 18 people. And that is quite a bit of people compared to what we can have in the server right now. Let's check it out, see how it handles and all that, and do some of these missions.
You are clear to launch.
Interesting. The entire. This is an interesting and very annoying effect.
Thank you.
The entire cockpit seems to be liquefied. All right, let's yeah, my joystick is unfortunately already crooking a little bit. Let me see if I can try to calibrate it. Yeah. It's a little bit annoying, especially because now it will really begin to screw around. Oh, I didn't think it was in the middle of the building. Alright. Huh. Or is it on the other side or something? I'm not sure. No, it must be no, it is on the other side of the planet, so let me just... Alright, let's try that again. Oh dang nabbit, I know what I forgot. Let me see if I can...
Engines offline. Engines online.
If I'm close enough to... I'm not. Alright, so let's do another little trick that I can do. This is also a little bit neat.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
I don't think it is necessary because even though I have we do have oxygen and pressure on on microtech. You can still get killed inside the inside the what is it, pressure equalizer thingy. Yeah, I know it's not the right color. We could go for this one here instead. No. Yeah, let's take this one. It does look a little bit weird, but I guess it's better than nothing. And let's deliver some presents. Ho ho ho. Want to get us out of reach of the station.
Quantum drive is now off.
It certainly is annoying that it's sort of constantly dipping its nose down. This is definitely something that the 315p doesn't do. Get that liquefied cockpit once again. There we go. Alright.
Engines offline.
Is there only one package? I thought it was 3, but let's see. There seems to be a bust. Ah, that's why. The station hasn't loaded yet. So let's sit and wait a little bit. Can obviously also just open this one here. Doesn't seem like it's loaded yet. Nope. This really looks really weird. I mean, I get what they're trying to, I get what they're trying to get at with it, but it just looks completely off. That the glass looks like this. Now I think they're loaded because now we have 3. Like I would expect. Come on. Go away. No. This is the place where you can get killed, even though there's atmosphere on both sides. In the recycler, you can die if you're not wearing a helmet. Actually, you can die just by entering the recycler. It's so weird. There's one present. So we get to be some kind of Santa. Star Citizen Santa. Almost in the right colors as well. Red and white. I'm gonna place it like that. That gun is really just annoying. See if they're in here. No. Then not a completely other building. Gift for life. Cool. Oh, they're there. All right. Who's that for? I'm not sure I would characterize the cutlass steel as sort of a real oh, there's still a floating lamp. Sort of a really prime example of Santa's little sleigh, something like that. More like some kind of poor Santa. For what? Just look like it's a big issue. Because the letters are sort of stacked on top of each other.
Hvad laver du?
And the final gift. Bye bye.
Din seng. Prøv at sige mig, hvad du laver, i stedet for at lade være med at svare mig. Han laver ikke den der. Ikke den der. Vel?
So I'm pretty sure if you want to keep continuing delivering presents like this, want to pull out another ship, preferably the 315p. At least then Santa would be delivering presents in style. Alright, let's see. Oh.
Engines online. Rear impact warning. Landing gear up.
Alright, so let's see where the presents are due to be delivered. Are there anyone on the moons? No. This is really annoying. Hmm.
Is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Still can't select pod Tesla. Let's try here instead.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Hydrogen fuel is at 75%.
The god still certainly is thirsty. But I still feel it's a little bit weird that I get a warning. Warning. Fuel at 75%. See what gift it was here. It was for the Pasha. This one here. I have to say they've improved it a little bit. Last time I think they were just numerated, which honestly was a little bit boring. But here you actually have a name that you sort of... need to close the ramp so nobody steals Santa's sleigh. Pick up. You can go pick up your own present. Well. Merry Christmas or Happy Luminalia. Luminalia? Be partial. Poor Space Santas, come with your present. Do we have a gift for Bernie? I love that. That would actually be pretty funny if we had a gift for Bernie. Bonnie, alright. Bernie would be more fun. Well, let's see if we can... I'm already getting annoyed by that sight gun there.
Engines online.
Wonder if they have fixed so you can... No. Yeah, oh yeah, you can. Perfect. See if it actually works. Seems so. Yeah, nice. Oh, perfect. Makes it a little bit easier to do these missions here.
Fuel is at 100%.
Alright.
Port impact warning. Landing gear up.
Let's go here. Deliver this. Stop this. Jesus, this is annoying. An OM point somewhere we can use. No. Yeah, there, on 5.
Is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Let's see if it will now. Yeah, maybe it's because I'm too close.
Is now on.
It's just a little bit annoying that you apparently have to find an OM point in order to fly to the surface of Microtech. By any other planet for that matter, but we haven't tested it on any other planets.
Quantum drive is now off. Landing gear down. Front impact warning.
Dang, that was a big drop.
Deck impact warning. Engines offline.
So this time it was Bonnie, I think. Let's see, Bonnie, yeah. Alright, so Bonnie's down here. I Well, at least the box that her present goes into is down here. Oh, it was here. Alright. And Merry Christmas to you as well, Bonnie. There we go. Sad sound. And then life is the only one missing.
Engines online. Starboard impact warning. Landing gear up.
Last present for this round here, and then we can decide what we want to do next. Let's see if this is far enough away. Yeah, it was. Alright. So it's not totally impossible. Just need to get a good deal further away than I was initially. We could go check the state of mining.
Quantum drive is now off.
All right. Go a little bit faster. Turn on the headlights so we can see where the heck we are landing or crashing. I don't know. They're going to see that.
Landing gear down. Front impact warning.
Um, This is probably the most useless headlights I've ever seen on a ship.
Front impact warning.
Mainly because they don't seem to be working. All right.
Engines offline.
Let's deliver a present for life. Or Leif, I'm not sure how it's actually supposed to be named in Star Citizen. Leif. Life. In Danish it would be Life, so I'm going to call him Life. Interesting, a lot of light suddenly, and then probably no light when we get into here. No, there was light. Drop off. Merry Christmas, Life. That is some peculiar lighting on these buildings here. All right, let's go park the Cuddy Steel here.
Engines online.
I don't want to have this one here. No. Oh, not close enough. All right.
Port impact warning. Landing gear up. Hydrogen fuel is at 75%.
See what that is. Looks like a Avenger. It was.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear down. Front impact warning. Deck impact warning. Starboard impact warning.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
All right, let's see what we can do with mining.
Ready to upgrade? Located in the plaza, the factory line has all of Microtech's latest offerings. From all of us at Microtech, welcome to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
Let's see. One should be Helix 2.
Be sure to explore all New Babbage has to offer. Whether it's the latest in cutting-edge technology or the beauty of our award-winning gardens, this city of tomorrow has a lot going on today.
Why the heck are they all called 1 now? That's really annoying.
From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment, be sure to visit New Babbage's renowned promenade.
Here we can put in the impact.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all personal items.
I hope it shouldn't that be let me just check something. No, not yet. We should get some new paints for the mall at some point, but guess it's after New Year, something like that. I'm not sure. Anchor 3.
Tired of travel?
Yeah, a little bit. At least I got all my engines back. And hopefully also my 2 guns. Not that the guns on the mall are really worth anything.
Systems activating. Systems on.
You are clear to launch.
Yeah, I mean... Thank you, but I can't really go anywhere before you open the doors. At least the lights on the mall still works.
Alert. Front crash close. Alert. Deck crash close. Landing gear up.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Don't know why it keeps dragging to the right. pulling. It's definitely not the fastest ship in the fleet.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged.
Alright, the reason why we're going to... Well, they haven't fixed that, but that may help if I delete my shader folder, the missing quantum animation. This is one of the first quantum travels you do around microsec. They seem to be missing. Or maybe it's the mole. I'm not sure. But we're going to go to the Aaron Halo from Miguel 1. Well, maybe we can see, because let's see if we can find a rock to break here at Miguel 1, because SD trade tools, when you use the mining tool, they say that there's nowhere to mine, nothing to mine at Miguel 1, so let's Miguel 1, Microtech L1. I still find it a little bit confusing that that came that the planets in Stanton have these kind of names, because names in our everyday life, they usually, for planets, they usually sort of have some esoteric names. But imagine like if we had instead of Saturn we would have Google and Apple. So Mars would probably be SpaceX or something like that. I mean, it would be or Bezos. It's Amazon.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
We can find anything. There is something here, but only one box, and it's 26 kilometers away. And it doesn't even need to be something that can be mined. Probably isn't. But let's check it out anyway. Otherwise, it's there. What's over here? That's definitely not something that you can mine. It would be a weird place. Alright, let me see. Need to open my browser here in order to get the... See, it was her L4 or crew. Pretty sure this is the closest one. Her L4, let me see what the calculations say for that. That's between... let's see. 811400 plus... Only one plus needed. 74 0 2 0 0 0 divided by 2 7.75. All right. But as you can see, it will take a little bit of time getting there.
Quantum travel engaged.
Let's see if the first rock we encounter here at in the Iron Halo, whether it's going to be a good rock, and obviously I'm still avoiding Quantanium. I honestly don't think they're worth the trouble. It's just my opinion. But also if we still encounter those a lot of those rocks with about 70 to 80 or 60 to 80%, 60 to 90% inert. Because that is quite frankly something that could also drive me a little bit away from doing mining. I don't know if it's CIG's, it's just something that they didn't think of, but that would just make it a little bit. It would be a little bit weird in my opinion, because it seems like it's an active change that they have made to the system, because the way that we had minables in the Iron Halo definitely hasn't been that way all the time. We usually had pretty good minables in the Halo. And it would quite frankly annoy me a little bit if they sort of actively changed that just to give miners an incentive to go places where they are a little bit more exposed. I mean, obviously, the Iron Halo, I mean, they could wait for me at my destination, obviously, if they knew that. But at the Iron Halo, you are relatively safe, because it's next to impossible to find someone there if you don't have a mark on that person. So it's at 7.7, so let's just press the button at 7.8.
Quantum travel complete.
Smack in the middle. Alright, so from here, I think we're going to go to Hurl 1. So that's put in. So let's see if we can find something interesting to mine. What is the closest? Seems to be the 7 point something over here. Or 7,000 something over here. There we have it. It could very well be one of those rocks with a heck of a lot of inert in. And I do get why some minerals have to be... I mean, some of the more expensive minerals obviously have to be rare minerals, so that you have to search more for them or mine a lot more rocks in order to get them. But something like corundum or aluminium or something like that, that certainly shouldn't be rare minerals with those prices. So CIG, you need to give us something more interesting to mine here at the Iron Halo. There you are. Alright, let's see if we can get something out of this little rock here, see what it holds. We have that weird all... no, alright, they're closed. Weird all open doors box. Let's see what I have here. Hopefully the helix. Yeah, alright. Yeah, about 50, but that's not too bad actually, but 50, it's too much. Come on, CIG. I just have to admit, I still haven't found any really good replacement for the helix set. Now people say that the impact is better. I don't agree. I mean, it might be that you gain a little bit more in the optimal, more space in the optimal area, but then you gain a heck of a lot more instability. And I don't want instability. Alright. Let's just break all of these rocks here and see if we can pick up something interesting. No resistance and no instability. That couldn't be easier. Alright, that should be all of them. Yes, alright, let's figure out what is worth picking up. What about you here? Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. You know what? I'm just going to pick up everything. I don't care. Only the 100% inert, I'm going to leave those alone. Hopefully we don't got any of those. I mean, this should have probably been reversed. 80% aluminium and then 11% inert. I don't know what the heck CIG is thinking about this and what they want us to do, but something more like that. I mean, yeah, 74% corundum, yes. That would be nice. Fine. But something like this, 4% aluminium. I mean, aluminium isn't that expensive. Shouldn't be that rare. That's a good run. No inert at all. What about this one here behind? Oh, what the heck? I mean, money is money, right? So yeah, what I prefer to do with that's especially why I prefer to use the rock, the mole here is I like to do strip mining. I don't want to sort of pick and choose and all of that. It just doesn't interest. It just doesn't pique my interest. I want to just get as much of whatever I can and then get back with it. And the reason why I do that is also because I can refine. I mean, that's one of the things that really put me way off with mining in in some of the earlier before we had refining, because then I constantly had to sort of know, is this worth it, is this not worth it? And I know that for some people that is the game. The game is to sort of pick and choose between all the rocks and find the perfect rock and then just mine that and a little bit of that and then on to the next one and really go prospecting with mining. And I mean, I get it. I get why people get sort of interested by that, but just not me. Again, I don't want to see this as a challenge. I don't want to challenge myself here. I just want to go back and forth, slowly building up money, right? We have room for 6 more, but I'm quite honestly not going to bother with that. All right. Let's go to Hurl 2. Hurl 1, sorry. And let's, when we have delivered the minables there, let's compare it with what we can get from an average rock at around the Hurl 1, around the station. To see whether my suspicion is accurate or whether it's just me being whether it's just me not paying attention. That's that's very that's also very probable. But I'm pretty sure that I've done this mining for a little bit of time now, also in the mole. Started with the prospector, doing prospector mining. In the prospector I get why you need to be a little bit more picky, because you don't have the sort of the cargo area to have all that. I mean, this one here has 96, And the mall, if I'm not mistaken, has 32 or something like that SEUs of cargo space. So I certainly get why people need to be more picky with these when they mine with the mall, but with the sorry, with the prospector, but with the mall, I mean, just pick up everything I find. I don't care. As long as I can refine it, I can sort of bulk sell it with the C2, and then earn a fair bit of money. I know that people that do sort of that do quantanium mining, sort of, they particularly go for quantanium, and they use the mole usually, and then they only select rocks with a certain amount of quantanium in them, making them unstable as heck, but manageable and obviously a challenge for those that, like I said, that enjoy challenges. I know that they can relatively quickly get more by selling quantanium that I can when selling sort of my my mixed mining stuff here. But I quite frankly don't care. I would rather do this where I can do it safely and I can enjoy it. I can do it slowly in my own tempo. I don't need to sort of sweat pearls all the time looking at that volatile cargo light there. When will it begin to blink? When am I really fucked? And you know, I don't, it just honestly doesn't say anything. There's nothing. It doesn't give me anything. I will say, if I have to be honest, then let's be honest here. It does bring me something. That's not entirely true. In the short run. In the short run, I can certainly see why it's fun. And I've done it also with the mole here. Picked up a couple of quantanium rocks. I mean, particularly in the mole, it's dead frightening, because you if you want to pick up all of this stuff, and you usually do, you will have to spend a little bit more time picking it up than you would with, for example, the prospector. And then I will admit, a couple of times, yeah, I've enjoyed it. It was okay. It's fun. But in the long run, the fun disappears to me.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Because then it constantly becomes sort of a kind of a race against time. And again, that is not something I really enjoy that much. So. I guess it's that kind of way with most things here in life, that some things you can do, I wouldn't say forever, but for a very long time. They may not be super exciting, they may not be sort of completely insanely fun all the time. They may be sort of a little bit of a just slow, reasonable, slow, lightweight work. And then you could do something with the quantanium. There's some things that you do that really excites you. You really find cool and interesting, and they make you
Please
sweat,
proceed to assign
and
landing
they
bay.
excite you. But only for a certain amount of time. Then it begins to be stressful
Down.
instead. Stressful, unnecessarily hard. And I guess you get what I'm saying going at here. Or maybe you don't. That's okay also.
Alert. Front crash close.
But that's at least how I see things.
Rear crash close.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Yep. Open door bug. Well, it's certainly is much easier going back and forth, but still. It happens from time to time, and in various ships, not just the Maw. Yeah, I did keep my helmet on. Good. This would be a really annoying place to suffocate. Let's see where the this must be the standard head sitting over here. The arbor. So let's see what we get from this rock here, and then let's go compare it with the one of the rocks that we can find here in the vicinity of the station. My general experience, unfortunately I would say, have been that the rocks that you find around the stations, they are usually more content rich than... what the heck is that? Looks like some kind of filter just floating around in space. Just increased my audio level a little bit and then moved the microphone away so it doesn't look like I'm trying. Doesn't look. Let me just. It doesn't sound like I'm trying to be some kind of radio host, having my ear all the way, having my mouth all the way up in your ear, or maybe even something like this, where you can hear me almost talking directly into your ear. Oh yes, with a very much lovely proximity effect. I'm gonna try to avoid that so my voice does sound a little bit more natural. Just still you can hear me clearly, but without me sounding like I am directly up in your ear. But I have to admit, it really does sound good when you're sort of directly up to the microphone, because then you have a lot of proximity effect, and then you get a little bit more depth and oomph in the voice. But still, it usually also tends to sound like you're sort of standing right next to someone's ear and sort of trying to whisper them into the ear, something like you try to whisper something nice and juicy and sexy. So, yeah. Let's keep a little distance. Even in streaming, 2 meters. Well, 2 meters, then it would sound like this. You wouldn't even be able to hear me. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we get. Got. Have. Whatever. I have to say this here, CIG, it seems to me to be a little bit much of, how do you put it? Useless pressing. I mean, you have to select the Argo mole, then you have to press set up work order, then you have to select the method, then you have to select all the materials, then you have to get a quota, and then you have to confirm. I would argue that you should do it like this in these steps here. You select the ship. Obviously, if you select the ship you want to use... Obviously, if you select the ship, you want to use that to set up the work order. Why else would you select it? And if not, you could just select another ship. You don't have to sort of... I mean, this seems redundant. Alright. Selecting the solvent, the method here, that's okay. I mean, you don't need to do that. But then, why don't... When I've selected the method, then just give me the quota right away. Why would I have to press a button to get it? Is it supposed to be some kind of secret or something like that? I mean, and selecting which materials you want to refine, that's okay as well. But it should be select the ship, select the method, confirm, and then all the other steps, they just happen. Alright. There's a little rant here. CIG, if you watch this stream or this video here, please consider this. Alright, confirm. There we go. Alright, let's do the last mining before. I wouldn't exactly say in this year, because I might be able, I want to put emphasis on that, be able to squeeze in a stream between Christmas and New Year's Eve. But it's definitely going to be the last stream before Christmas. This here, right here. And like I said in the start, let's see what where I decide to take this in the new year. Because obviously I'm not going to stop gaming. It's not like that. It's not like I sort of lost the edge for gaming and sort of just lost the spark there, lost the interest. Star Citizen, depends on mining. But trading is actually okay. It's weird now because we cannot trade scrap. I don't think they got that fixed in 3.16. Maybe we should check that in another stream. But in general, I still feel that Star Citizen is one of the best games that I have ever played. I just honestly want to sort of hope that Chris Roberts hasn't changed his mind regarding what he said in one video that I just accidentally saw, where he said that Star Citizen is going to be a multiplayer, an online multiplayer game. It is going to be a game where you can generally risk getting ganked or robbed or anything like that, but he also put emphasis on that if you want to avoid player versus player interaction for the most part, you should be able to do that. And that is what I want. I mean, I know that I can get ganked just as much by pirates. I mean NPC pirates, but NPC pirates, they don't stream snipe. NPC pirates, they hopefully generally don't tend to shoot first and ask questions later on. They don't hold a grudge. They just do what they are more or less programmed to do. And I get that some people find it very, very exciting to have other players in the game because that gives it excitement and unpredictability and all that. Just not me. I certainly don't revel in predictability. On the contrary, I, for the most part, revel very much in predictability. And for some people that is completely boring, that's fair enough. Not me. I mean, I can be impulsive and do something in the spur of the moment. That's not what I'm really saying here. But when it comes to something like where I need to do a lot of stuff like mining or flying around, trading and all that, I definitely prefer predictability. Oh, maybe if I turned on the engines, it would help a little bit.
Alert. Front crash close.
See if we can find something relatively close there for 4,000 meters. Maybe a little bit too close actually, come to think of it.
Please visit
Let's
again.
take this down here. Oh, that could be something that has already been broken. See if we can get a mass reading. No, it's not. What does it hold? Titanium. I mean, I want to scan the other rocks as well to see what they can provide. They also doesn't seem that they have fixed the mob rocks. Let's see what we have here. 4.9. Titanium as well. What about you? 5.1. 1% titanium. And that's the problem here. I cannot see what else is in it. It's the biggest rock, but I want to go with this one here. Alright. Yeah, still open door bug. It's really weird. Nah. That's actually pretty much the same. At least with this one. Can't see if I can get the other one scanned. It was over here, yeah. Yeah, it's the same. What about this one? Oh no, almost, yeah, let's see. Yeah, even worse. I mean, 1% titanium, 3, alright. I get it. I get why, I mean, again, in my opinion, this should have been 68% copper, 14% titanium, and then about 20% inert. It seems like they've reversed the numbers here. So it definitely doesn't seem to be an issue with the Aeron Halo. I mean, the rocks in the Aeron Halo. See what you have to offer. That's okay, 30%. And here, the last one. It's the final one. Let's see what we can get. Bring it about. Sort of almost 1/3 of everything in this little piece here. Inert. What do you have? You have... I mean, you could argue that in reality it's not really about what the content of the rock is. Obviously, the more pure material that the rock has, the more you'll get. But strictly speaking, it's the sort of the distribution after you have broken it up that sort of determines what you'll get. Because if we got a lot of rocks with inert here, we could also get a lot of rocks that are very pure. And then we could just select to break another rock instead of picking up the inert material. It's not the case here, but it could be the case. And obviously that's also something that needs to be factored in. But in general, I have to admit I don't get why CIG has nerfed asteroid mining like this. Because quite frankly, asteroid mining seems to be what would be actually most plausible to do with especially with a spaceship the size of the mole. The prospect I could get why you would do surface mining with that as well, but the mole seems to be too big. Not that it cannot do it, it's just not... seems to be... I don't know. You wouldn't use the Orion, the big one for surface mining as well, right? So... please give us something, CIG. Some better rocks. That's better. But as you can see, more than half the cargo hold right now is inert. It seems Just seems unreasonable to me. That was almost right on the nose with what the what the mole could have. All right. So I'm happy to learn actually that it's not a particular problem with. It could also just be a I mean, it's random generated, right? So it just could be that I've been unlucky. But unlucky at the same times, two different places. Maybe server specific, so I need to go to another server to get better. I don't know how CIG has done this, how they sort of make it work. How they done it specifically. But I would certainly like for them to give us just a tad bit of rocks to work with. I wouldn't go and say that that would be an unfair or unreasonable request. Because I really like mining. So relaxing. Well, I
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
certainly not relaxing when you're about to blow yourself up, but sort of in general.
Landing gear down. Alert. Front crash close.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Engines off.
So, that being done, let's and they held it off for us. Thank you. I don't get that bug. Courtesy bug. Very courteous ship. But at least I got my two guns back with the reset, even though I don't really know what to use, what I'm going to use them with. I mean, not exactly like the Mole is any kind of fighter ship at all. It's almost like strapping a Magnum 44 to a Boeing 747 and then try to hit the drones with it. So let's go down and get this stuff here refined. I can safely take off the helmet now. See how heavy he is. Oh, but he does have issues with the hair. Still have hair issues. How did CIG know that I have... Well, my hair is not sort of technically going away. It's just slightly changing color. Let's put it like that.
I need someone from maintenance to get the ventilation control. Meet me when you get there.
To be honest, I would actually prefer if my hair could just decide and then go gray all the way, because right now my hair, when it's grown enough that you can see it. Thank you.
Finding everything all right?
Yeah, if you stop talking, I will. Because right now it more looks like I have my usual brown color, and then someone just added sort of an indistinct tint of gray to it. Very low speed, low cost, high yield. Yes, that's what I want. All right. That being done, let's find a nice place to sit down.
Katoma, please report to management as soon as possible. Katoma to management.
Oh. No, it's okay. Let's just go here. Not the most interesting view, but I'll take it. But we get to sit next to Pips and Big Benny, so that's okay. I can certainly live with that. Oh, well, maybe my face can't. Oh my god, I still look like I've been attacked by something unpleasant. Oh no. But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, queers, transgenders, homosexuals, non-binaries, whatever you define yourself as. I want to wish you a really, really nice, lovely Christmas with your family. I definitely hope that I will have one. Tomorrow we will head down to my parents and we will hold Christmas there with my brother, his wife, their children, and hopefully it will be a nice, quiet, good Christmas with a lot of nice food, some nice stuff to drink, and you know, all of that. Everything that goes with a good Christmas. And I want to wish the same for you as well. So go be with your family. Have a nice holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then just spend time with your family anyway, because that's really what it's about. And I will see you, if not before, then at least sometime in the new year. Alright guys, stay safe out there, have a nice Christmas, and bye bye for now. Alright, I'm going to stop now until... oh my. Bye. Alright, bye bye guys.